Hey guys, from here, welcome back to a new video. Now today, it is the Christmas weekend. This video will be out on Christmas Eve. If you see this on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas. Hope you're all having a good chicken, turkey, whatever you're eating, enjoy it. We've got some Boxing Day football coming out. It's gonna be a good one, isn't it, Dad?
You can't beat a bit of Boxing Day football, can you, Theo?
Just can't.
And I tell you what, last game week, Charlie from Leeds, what a guess, 4 points. Thogden 6 points, Thogdad 6 points.
Doesn't that make us top overall?
It does. Guess
Okay.
75, me and you 90 points
Not
each.
bad. Nice little tally. Let's see who can get 100 first. Maybe this week we'll find out. You haven't forgotten a guess, have you?
No, Theo.
forgot to get one.
I would never forget, would I?
Well, who is it?
Guys, I've really messed up here. I told Theo I'd get a Christmas guest and it completely slipped my mind. Don't know what I'm going to do. I tell you what though, operator, can you get me Craggy Island 6969 please? Thank you. Hello, is that Michael? Oh, Father O'Neill, sorry. Can I speak to Michael please? Oh, can you get him off his knees then? Yep, sorry, I'm sorry, Father, to disturb you. Michael, it's Thogd. Well, where did I get your number? I got your number from Paul McShane, mate. Mate, Michael, you can do me a really massive favour.
Now, everyone watching, I want you to be very kind to this guest. He's very quiet and modest and shy and unassuming.
But who is he?
Take a look.
What am I doing here? I'm sorry, this is a predictions video, right? Have you seen my predictions in the past? Inviting me to place a prediction? Oh, you might as well ask Stevie Wonder to make you breakfast. Have fun biting into a f***ing stapler.
Bloody hell, Thogdad. You probably brought on one of the most nutty guests we've ever had.
He is absolutely nutty. But let's get straight into this with Leicester against Man United, second against third. Ooh. And what about Jamie Vardy? He's 33 years old. He can get the golden boot, Theo.
Thogdad, he is banging them in. He was one of the main reasons Leicester got a huge win last week to Tottenham away. Spurs away this year has to be one of the hardest weekends of the whole season. And he's got him pulled off a 2-0 win. Goal and assist. Easy as you like.
Brilliant. And they've won 9 times this season, which is the same as Liverpool. But what about Man United? They absolutely destroyed Leeds United, didn't they? And 3 players got hat-tricks of goal contributions. Who were they, Theo?
Martial, Bruno and Scott McTominay.
Hey, the Lancaster Bomber.
There we go. And Man United, interestingly, I've got game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they're 2 points off Liverpool, top of the table. Can they win the Premier League title this year?
Well, I tell you what, they are the form team of the division. 13 points in 5 games.
Last 5 games, they're top. Last 10 games, they're top. They're smashing it on recent form. Will they get a win away at Leicester?
Do you know what? I'm going for Leicester 1, Man United 2.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, one thing that they need to think about is they're playing tonight. When we're recording this video, they play in the Cup against Everton. Don't know if they'll be able to rotate players and stuff like that, but there's a lot of matches over a small period of time, and that will be bad for their fitness. But I still believe United will have the rotation and the team to win it at Leicester away. 2-1, we agree on the first. And over to the Gaelic genius who thinks Aubameyang is better than Robin van Persie.
Alright, let's get on with this. For some reason, Leicester City have an utterly hideous record against Man United. They haven't beaten them since September 2014, when Taylor Swift was top of the charts. Now I'm pretty sure she lives under a bridge. Marcus Rashford is a great guy, right? The modern day Willy Wonka feeding the kids at Christmas. Well, the only thing he's going to feed Leicester on Saturday is bowls full of embarrassment. 3-0 Man United with Rashford absolutely chewing Leicester's dignity into a tinfoil.
And now for Aston Villa in 9th against Crystal Palace in 13th. And Aston Villa, it was job done against Big Sam the other day, wasn't it? But Theo, are you going to be nice to Villa today?
Dad, they're not playing Big Sam, so I can be nice to Villa. Listen, I predicted 1-0 to Big Sam. I got it wrong. Ever since that red card happened to Liverpool, they crumbled. I'll give it to you, Villa fans. You got it right.
Yeah, but Crystal Palace, only 1 win in 5 games. It's going a little bit wrong, isn't it, there?
Dad, last time out, they lost 7-0 to Liverpool. They got destroyed by Salah, Mane and Firmino, didn't they?
Yeah, and how do you bounce back from that, eh?
I don't know. Roy Hodgson usually has a trick up his sleeve. He could go from a 7-0 loss to going to shithouse and away win. You know, this is just what he does. It's Big Roy. It's the effect.
It is. Now, I don't want to upset the Villa fans. They're getting so salty. I'm going for a Villa 2-1 win.
Is Grealish going to score? Irish guy's favourite player?
I hope so, because he's in my fantasy team.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with a 1-1. Villa fans, get mad at me. Come on. No, Palace are great at holding teams out. And you know what? Villa might win, but to keep up the banter, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Come on, Palace! I'm joking, lads.
And now to the man who's building a statue of Caoimhín Kelleher in compost in his back garden.
Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Excuse me while I fall asleep in my chair. After conceding 7 goals last week, pretty sure Roy Hodgson is going to demand a clean sheet from his players. But then again, he's one to talk. He's over 70 years of age. He probably hasn't had a clean sheet since 2015.
Over to London now. Fulham against Southampton, 18th against 7th. Now Fulham have bagged 3 draws in a row. And you know what? A win here could put them above Brighton. Sorry,
really?
Josh.
That is mad. But will they get the win? Because they just drew to Newcastle, which is a good result to go all that way and get a point. But overall, they keep drawing games. 3 draws in the last 3 games. Could they get another here, Dad?
Well, they could. You know, Southampton lost last week, but it was to Man City.
Yeah.
But I think they're missing that man up front, aren't they, Danny Ings?
Oh, it's a big loss, isn't it? But they did recover from it last time. Let's not forget he was injured before in the season.
Yes.
And they made the most out of their other players, like Che Adams, who could be a cheeky shout for fantasy. I'm thinking Southampton want to bounce back from that City loss.
Yeah.
They're good away from home. They've only lost once this season away. I reckon they're going to win 2-1 here. And it's difficult to go against Fulham because recently they've not been that bad.
Yeah.
They don't really lose games. But I'm going to say Fulham 1, Southampton 2 because it's the Saints and they just are pretty decent this year. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of quality in that Southampton team. They're playing as a unit superbly. I agree with you. 2-1 Southampton.
Irish guy, let's go over to you for game number 3. Interestingly, game number 3 is the amount of caps Declan Rice had for Ireland.
Listen, Fulham have picked up in recent weeks, but I'm sorry, Southampton under Ralph Hasenhüttl are going to eat them on wet toast. Anyone who thinks Fulham is going to win this game, lads, you've beaten Southampton twice in 16 years, going back to September 2004, back when Thogden was no doubt a speck of dust in Thogdad's sweaty ball bag. Sorry, this is a bit like you inviting me for Sunday dinner and me just making weird references about your nutsack. It's not polite table etiquette.
Oh my God, did our guest just make a comment about my nutsack? Now for another London derby. It's Arsenal in 15th against Chelsea in 5th. And last week, Rob Holding, ex-Bolton, took the captain's armband and scored an own goal.
Yeah.
Arsenal, how shocking is it there?
Well, let me just paint a picture, Thogdad. The last time these two teams played was in an FA Cup final at the end of last season. It was Arsenal versus Chelsea at Wembley. And it actually ended as an Arsenal win. They won the FA Cup.
Wow.
First trophy for Arteta. A Aubameyang double. Things were looking so positive. Now picture it today. What's gone wrong at Arsenal, Dad, since that moment?
Well, I tell you what, they don't have a reserve keeper, do they? No, it's bad in all departments, and I don't think it's going to get better much soon.
They went at their peak with Arteta from that game, and now it's all changed. And you look at Chelsea, they're still doing decent. It's mental to think.
Absolutely. Now, Chelsea had a Thiago Silva masterclass, didn't they, at the weekend? Tammy Abraham back amongst the goals with 2 more.
Always.
What's going to happen here, Theo?
I don't know. It could go either way because the thing is with Arsenal, I know that they're really poor against these crap teams, but they turn up for big games.
Yeah.
We've seen them beat United this season. I know they're without Aubameyang now. Is he still injured? I think he is.
Yeah.
So that's a big, big doubt. But they find goals from places, even when Aubameyang's not on the pitch. I reckon I'm going to back Arsenal here because Willian is playing and he loves to score against his old clubs. In big games, he sometimes just turns up. Every Arsenal fan will agree that he's been absolutely woeful this season, but how ironic would it be for him to turn up against Chelsea?
Wow, I can't agree with you. You know what? I'm going Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2. There's too much class in that Chelsea team.
Well, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw because I think Arsenal may just hold them out. I don't know. Defensively, against big teams, I saw them beat United 1-0, and I know it was a while ago, but they need to find points from somewhere. They lost 4 games from 5. They just lost 4-1 to City in the Cup. Everything's going against them, and they need to find something from somewhere, and I reckon it will come. If they lose, though, is Arteta going to be sacked?
No, not yet. They're going to stick with him.
Okay. But it does look pretty bleak. They're losing everywhere.
It does. But over to the man that some people call the Paul McShane of YouTube.
Now, you are going to assume this is going to be an easy game for Chelsea, right? Yes, Arsenal on a wretched run of form, with half the players stumbling about like drugged up billy goats. But they need a big performance. Then if they don't, then Mikel Arteta might as well hand in his resume down at Burger King in the morning. I'm going to go for a spirited 2-2 draw.
Manchester City in 8th against Newcastle United in 12th. Now, Man City unbeaten in 5 games. They keep grinding out points. Can they mount a challenge for the title?
Yes, why not? If they continue to play like they are recently, they can. They just beat Arsenal in the Cup 4-1. We're seeing a City that's just back on form. They seem to be just scoring a lot of goals past these teams, clearing them out with the quality they have in their side, aren't they?
Absolutely, and defensively they're very, very good.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're playing a Newcastle team that I would describe as absolutely typically mid-table there.
Well, Newcastle in the last 3 games have played Leeds, Fulham and Brentford. You know how many wins they've got out of 3?
None.
None. They lost in the Cup 1-0 to Brentford's rotated squad. It's looking bleak recently for them.
Yeah, I don't think they're good enough to get anything from this City team. I'm going Man City 2, Newcastle 0.
Yeah, well, I mean, last time they played it was 5-0 to City. Jesus, De Bruyne, they were all involved. All the lads, even Raheem Sterling. It could happen again. I'm just going to go 3-0 City. And over to the man that still doesn't have a tattoo of Pontus Jansson on his arse.
Steve Bruce versus Pep Guardiola. If you're a Newcastle fan, just don't bother. Shove your TV in a bin. Go outside and just live your life. Well, tier 4, best to stay inside. Just don't put on the TV though. Christ, go in the next room and watch your mother giving birth. I don't know anything. Not this, because you're going to have less than 20% possession. You're going to show the ambition of a plastic teapot and get spanked 5-0, just like you did in July.
Up north now, Sheffield United in 20th against Everton in 4th. Now, Sheffield United, 2 points all season.
Yeah.
8 goals all season. But you know what? They're not getting thrashed week in, week out, are they?
You know what? It's not as bad as you think, really. The last few games, they got a 3-2 loss to Man United. Yeah. At least they put 2 in. And then they got a 1-1 draw to Brighton, which really isn't too bad because they weren't expected to. Coming into this game, could there be an upset?
There could actually. Now, I want to ask you about Chris Wilder.
Yeah.
Is he the man for the team?
I don't think anyone else could do a better job because they know how to play under him. They've just got to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence back in there. And we saw them do so well last season, so don't sack him.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Everton, meanwhile, they've won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And they've got a brilliant manager in Carlo Ancelotti, Theo.
But they have a cup game tonight against Man United. Yeah. And if they have to play a decent team, because they're playing the Red Devils, right? They're going to be a little bit unmatched fit because they'll be playing so many fixtures over a little piece of time, it might affect them.
Yes, very good point. Now, I think this is going to be very, very close. But I'm going to go for Sheffield United 0, Everton 1.
Really? That's a big statement. And you know what? Do I think there could be an upset in this game? Yes, but I don't think it will happen. Listen, when David McGoldrick's on the pitch, you never know what could happen. He's a great player in his day. But I'm still going to go Blades 0, Everton 1. And the reason is, look at Everton, look at the Toffees, their form. It's just a little bit better, isn't it?
It is.
And maybe James Rodriguez will make a return, who knows?
So, Irish guy, what do you think about game number 6? And interestingly, 6, that's the number of times that Jack Grealish played for the Ireland youth team.
Sheffield United need a win, they just do. They are better than just 2 points on the board by Christmas. They are. You know what? They've looked half decent in recent weeks. I think we're going to see a shock here. 2-1 to Sheffield United.
Staying up north, it's Leeds in 14th against Burnley in 16th. Now Leeds, what great entertainment last week against Man United.
You didn't think you could say that when a team loses 6-2 and you're still saying great entertainment.
I know, but having said that, they were second best in all departments, and they've now conceded 30 goals. That's the worst in the league.
That Rose Derby was one of the weirdest games I've ever watched. And I don't think we'll ever see anything like it. Imagine being 6-2 down, but still trying to, high press, full throttle attacking football when you're losing and have conceded 6 goals away. It's nutty.
It was brilliant for the neutral. But you know what? Rafinha, I thought he was a very bright spark.
Dad, Rafinha was a great signing, and he's already benched Helder Costa. He'll be off, mate, because Rafinha's a baller. Him and Jack Harris on the wing, Bamford up front, there's goals in that. And I really think the way Bielsa lines out his team, the way they fully attack and find goals from everywhere, they could knock down this Burnley team and get a big win, couldn't they?
Wow, but with Burnley, it's the great escape recently, Theo, isn't it? They're unbeaten, I think, in 4 games.
Mental. And actually, maybe it could come to a stop here, because last time at Ellen Road, Leeds smashed Newcastle. They put 5 in the net.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do the same against Burnley. They would have tried to sit back against them. Maybe Burnley might try the same thing. If Leeds break them down, there could be a lot of goals in this game.
There could be. Now, the amazing thing about Burnley, they've only scored 8 goals this season. That's the same as Sheffield United.
Yeah.
But they've converted that into 3 wins and 4 draws.
A win against Arsenal, win against Wolves. They're not easy teams, are they?
Amazing to, 8 goals, 13 points. And you know what? This will be a very close game.
It could be a shithouse. It could be high scoring. Either way, it's Boxing Day football, and you never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to go Leeds 3, Burnley 1. I just think Bamford is going to find a goal from somewhere. Jack Harrison, Rafinha, all the lads will be involved. You just know what Leeds are like. I feel like they'll get the win. 2 high intensity. What do you think?
And I agree, Theo. I'm going to go for Leeds 2, Burnley 1.
Okay.
Over to the man who spent his childhood Christmases kneeling in front of a parish priest.
Leeds were used as Manchester United's spunk sock last weekend, but choosing those chaotic Bielsa tactics for a trip to Old Trafford is about as sensible as sneaking a bathroom break with Oscar Pistorius. They'll need a big performance to bounce back, and they'll deliver, let's say, another mental game. game. 4-2 to Leeds with Chris Wood scoring in his return.
And now for West Ham United against Brighton and Hove Albion, 10th against 17th. Now West Ham played some decent football against Chelsea, but lost 3-0, didn't they, Theo?
They did, and you know what? It was coming. I think Chelsea needed a win from somewhere, and they finally got there. They kept pushing on West Ham, pushing on all corners, and they got that 3-0 win. But overall, West Ham this season have been great.
Yes, they have, Theo, and they're playing a Brighton team that's only won twice all season, and it's got
looking bleak.
Yeah, they've totally got sucked into the relegation zone, haven't they?
I know for sure, and they need to find a win from somewhere because they played against Sheffield United, a game that pretty much every team gets 3 points from, and they didn't get a win. What do you say about Graham Potter?
Well,
is it time to question him?
They play this kind of hipster football, don't they? And I think they've got to look for a plan B. And you know what? I think it's going to get worse. West Ham 2, Brighton 0.
Brighton love draws. And I think coming into this game, I just have to go with a 1-1 draw because West Ham, they'll take it. Brighton will too. I don't know which way it'll go. Could go either way. But, you know, the last 3 times they faced, it's ended a draw, so I'm going to go with it. So we were planning to film this video outside the den, but Irish guy weren't so keen in that.
West Ham versus Brighton. Does anyone actually care about this game? Christmas TV is just littered with Harry Potter films right now, right? Well, after this game, Graham Potter will probably wish he was living under the stairs. West Ham are going to smack his hipster style of football around the place. 3-0 West Ham.
And now for Liverpool, top of the league against West Bromwich Albion in 19th. And what about that 7-0 win over Crystal Palace? And what was interesting, 7 goals, 7 different assisters.
Yeah, mental, isn't it?
That's probably never happened before, has it?
I know, unbelievable. And the thing is about that game was Liverpool just looked way too good. Mane, Salah and Firmino were back to their best. Firmino in recent form has been incredible, by the way. You know, for a man that's not had that many contributions at the start of the season, and a lot of people, you know, opposition fans always hated on that guy. Recently, you can't fault him.
I thought you said he was overrated.
I did, but now looking back, I regret it because he's hit form and nothing can stop him. And it really makes me think this could be quite a high-scoring game, you know. Liverpool really on fire.
And Liverpool were absolutely ruthless. It was beautiful to watch for the neutral but West Brom, new manager. What can Big Sam do here?
Well, you know, Big Sam in his first game got that red card, then they crumbled 3-0 to Villa. They won't have Livermore in this game, which will be a big loss because they need that player. I know Big Sam probably wants to get a big target man in January as well. I don't know, someone like St. Tosin, who brought him in at Everton, I'm sure will bring him in again. I don't think Big Sam has exactly got his finished article there at the Baggies right now. And I just can't see anything else but a Liverpool 3-0 win. Salah masterclass, wouldn't surprise me really.
I agree, 3-0. Now, Irish guy, if you finish sticking pins into an effigy of Thierry Henry, what's going to happen here?
I would pick West Brom for the crack, but you'd probably assume that I had a head injury. This is where Liverpool are going to start to run away with the league. Big Sam will do his best to spoil the party, but no, it'll still end up being a 3-0 home win.
And now for the other Wanderers, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Tottenham Hotspur, 11th against 6th. Now, Theo, Wolves, they're slipping a bit without Raul Jimenez, aren't they?
Yeah, they are really. And you know what? There's been a few games where they've looked decent, and then a few other games where they've looked a little bit lackluster. I don't know what to expect with Wolves. Sometimes Podence and Neto turn up, but recently Adama Traore, he's becoming too predictable. He needs to find other ways of trying to break through defences. And I just don't know what's going to happen today. You know, if you actually look at the head-to-head fixtures, the last 4 games, the winning team has been the away team, interestingly. And I know Tottenham once got that big win with a Vertonghen header. Spurs fans remember that Wolves away game. It was pretty iconic for them. But overall, Spurs just lost to the Foxes 2-0.
Yeah.
How can they come back from that, Dad?
Well, you know what? I'm not impressed by Wolves this season, but Tottenham recently 5 points in 5 games.
It's not good enough.
And the trouble is that players like Gareth Bale and Lo Celso and Bergwijn are not turning up to help Kane and Son.
Yeah, it's not exactly working perfectly at Spurs recently, and Jose Mourinho needs a win to keep up with a pack at the top of the table. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to back him because it's Jose Mourinho and he's got experience in this sort of thing. So Wolves 1, Spurs 2. It's not going to be easy, but getting 3 points is key.
Hey, and we need some points for our FPL, so Kane and Son sorted out. Now, you know what, Theo? I'm just going to go for a draw here.
Okay.
1-1.
That's a big statement. Listen, let's go over to the guest that we brought on because Football Daily turned us down.
Jose Mourinho versus the Portuguese Revolution. Tottenham have an awful record against Wolves at home, but they have a good record at Molineux. 2-1 Spurs. Alright, that's a wrap. Cheers for having me on, lads. Being on someone else's channel, it feels a bit weird. Almost as if I've just broken into your house and rifled through your fridge. But cheers anyway, lads. I look forward to recruiting you for my 11-a-side grudge match against Football Daily that is coming soon in 2021. Anyway, as always, I'll talk to you in a while.
Right, that is all our predictions. What an icon that guy is, the Irish guy, eh?
The Irish guy is bloody brilliant. Subscribe to him.
Yeah, go sub to him. His link will be in the description. Shout out to our editor, Josh, for putting this all together as well. This has made one of the best videos on YouTube. This video will be remembered for years to come, won't it?
And I tell you what, everyone, Merry Christmas. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Let us know what you're tucking into today on Christmas Eve. We're filming this a couple of days before, so you've seen stuff like the cup games. We'll be looking forward to that tonight. But listen, Boxing Day fixture, you can't beat it. I hope you all get some decent presents on Christmas Day. And apart from that, I have nothing else to say. We've got the scarf. Anybody that hasn't realised why we've got the scarves yet, look at Irish guys. Pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thogdad loves it. Thank you guys. Enjoy the weekend of footy. It's Christmas. Have a good one, and we'll see you all very soon. Big up the Irish guy.